Hello children. Today from the chapter Ratio and Proportion we are going to learn few concepts. Yes children, now we will see what is ratio. Ratio is comparing any two quantities by means of division. Okay, by means of division we will compare any two quantities and also we will find the relationship between those two quantities. Okay, the symbol of ratio is this colon. Okay, and we will pronounce it as is 2. Is 2. So if x and y are any two quantities, if x and y are any two quantities, then how we will compare them? How we will write? X is to y or x by y. Okay children, we can write it as x is to y or x by y. Here, the two terms which we are comparing x and y are called terms of ratio. What is it called? Terms. Terms of ratio. Here, x and y are called terms of ratio. Okay? The numerator in the fraction or the first term in the ratio is called antecedent. What is it called? Antecedent. Antecedent. And the denominator in the fraction or second term in the ratio is called consequent. These are new terms for you children. I'm repeating it once again. Okay, the numerator in the fraction or first term in the ratio is called antecedent, and denominator in the fraction or second term in the ratio is called consequent. Let us take another example of ratio. Now I am taking 5 is to 4. I am comparing these two numbers. Okay. Now here 5 is called antecedent and 4 is called consequent. Right? And this 5 is to 4 we can write as 5 by 4 also. Got it children? Here one important thing you have to remember is we have to express ratios in lowest forms only. Okay? Ratios are always expressed in their lowest forms only. That means if we have any common factors, we have to cancel them. Okay? The next point here is if the two terms of the ratio, let us take the same ratio, if the two terms of the ratio is multiplied or divided by the same non-zero number, then the ratio remains unchanged. Let us see an example for this. Now what I am doing is I am multiplying 5 with 100 and 4 also with 100. Okay, now 5 into 100 it becomes 500 is to 4 into 100 400. Now we will cancel here two zeros and here two zeros, right? So I got the ratio as 5 is to 4. Again I got the same answer, right? If we multiply the ratio, if we multiply two terms of the ratio with the same non-zero number, then the ratio remains unchanged. Now, if we have any two different quantities in the ratio, we have to convert them into same quantities, then we have to compare them. Let us see an example for that. See, now I am comparing 3 kgs is to, okay, 3 kgs is to 15 grams. I'm comparing. So here the unit is in grams and here it is in kg. Now what I have to do? Kgs I have to convert into grams and then we have to compare. Okay. Now 1 kg is equal to how many grams? 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Right. Now 3 kg is equal to 3000 grams. Now we have to compare. Now I have converted kgs into grams. Now we can compare. 3000 kg, 3000 grams is to 15 grams. Now we can cancel them. Right? 3 fives are 15, 3 ones are 3, 0, 0, 0. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, 0, 0. The ratio is 200 is to 1. Got it? In this way, we have to convert the units and compare. Yes, children, now we will see what are equivalent ratios. Two ratios that have same value when expressed in their lowest terms are called equivalent ratios. Okay, now we will see how to find equivalent ratios of any given two ratios. Okay, how we will get equivalent ratios? We have to either multiply or divide the two terms in the ratio with the same non-zero number. Now let us see. I am taking example as 2 is to 5. Now I want to find the equivalent ratio of this ratio. Okay, what I will do is I will multiply the same non-zero number to both of these terms. Okay, 2 into 4 is to 5 into 4. Okay, now 2 fours are 8 is to 5 fours are 20. So this is the equivalent ratio. This is an equivalent ratio for 2 is to 5. Now how to reduce equivalent ratio to its lowest terms? We will take another example. 10 is to, let us take 20. Fine. How we have to reduce it into lowest terms? So now we have to divide. We have to divide both terms with their highest common factor. Means we have to find HCF of 10 and 20. HCF of 10 and 20 is 10, right? So we will divide both sides with same HCF. 10. 10 by 10 is to 20 by 10. 10 10 gets cancelled. 10 ones are 10 twos are. So the ratio is 1 is to 2. Now let us see how to compare given two ratios. Okay, to compare any ratio, first we have to express the ratio in fraction form. Then we have to convert fractions into like fractions. Like fractions are nothing but fractions with same denominator. Then after converting into like fractions, we have to compare numerators. Now let us see with an example. So now I want to compare 2 is to 3 and 5 is to 2. Now we have to first express these ratios as fractions. 2 is to 3, 2 is to 3 can be expressed as 2 by 3 and 5 is to 2 as 5 by 5 by 2. Okay. Now what we have to do? we have to find the LCM to convert both these fractions into like fractions. So LCM of 2 and 3 is 6, right? These two are prime numbers. So LCM of any two prime numbers is product of those two prime numbers. That means 2 into 3 is equal to 6. So the LCM is 6. Now 2 by 3. LCM is 6, right? So how much we need to multiply to 3 to get 6? 2. So we have to multiply and divide by 2. 2 twos are 4 by 6. Now I am taking 5 by 2, the second ratio. How much I should multiply to 2 to get 6? 3, right? So into 3 by 3. 5 threes are 15 by 3 twos are 6. So here I got 4 by 6 and here 15 by 6, right? So both fractions are like fractions. They both are having same denominator. Now we will compare numerators. Here the numerator is 4 and here the numerator is 15. Which one is greater? 15, right? So 15 by 6 is greater than 4 by 6, right? 15 by 6 is greater than 4 by 6. 15 by 6 means what is the ratio of 15 by 6? 5 is to 2, right? So 5 is to 2 is greater than 2 is to 3. In this way, we have to compare ratios. Now let us see what is a proportion. A proportion is an equation which states that two ratios are equal. When two ratios are equal, then the terms of the ratio are said to be in proportion. Okay? So the symbol for proportion is this. This is a symbol for proportion. Now let us see if A, B, C, D are four terms in a proportion, then it can be written as A is to B is proportion to C is to D. Okay, this is how we write a proportion. Here, second term and third term, that means B and C, are called means. Means, means, means. And first term and fourth term, that means A and D, are called extremes. Extremes. So in a proportion, product of means, that means product of means B into C. B into C, product of means, is equal to product of extremes, that means A into D. A into D, product of means is equal to product of extremes. This is very very important, children. So in a proportion, product of means is equal to product of extremes. Okay, means second and third term in a proportion, and extremes means first time and fourth term in a proportion. So in a proportion, product of means is equal to product of extremes. Now we will see how to check whether the given two ratios are in proportion or not with an example. Okay, I'm taking 10 is to 12 is proportion to 30 is to 40. Okay, I have taken an example. 10 is to 12 is proportion to 30 is to 40. So now we know that in a proportion, product of means is equal to product of extremes. Here what are means? 12 and 30. So product of Product of means is equal to 12 into 30. So what is 12 into 30? 12 threes are 36 means 360. Now product of extremes. Product of extremes. So what are extremes here? 10 and 40. Right? 10 into 40. So how much is this? 10 into 40? 400. So are these equal? Product of means and product of extremes? No. Product of means is not equal to product of extremes. So we can say that these two ratios are not in proportion. Okay. Now let us see another example. I am taking 2 is to 4 is proportion to 6 is to 12. Okay. Now we will check whether these ratios are in proportion or not. Here what are means? These two, right? So product of product of means is equal to 4 into 6. 4 6 are 24. Now product of extremes. What are product of extremes? What are extremes here? 2 and 12, right? So 2 into 12. 12 twos are 24. Now you can clearly see that here product of means is equal to product of extremes. Then we can say that 2 is to 4 is proportion to 6 is to 12. Okay, in this way we can check. Now let us see what is unitary method. Unitary method is a method in which value of a single unit is found first by the information given by using division, and then the value of required number of units is found by multiplication. Got it, children? It is nothing but first we will find the value of one unit by division from the given information. Then we will find the value of required number of units by multiplication. Let us see it with an example. If if 10 boxes if 10 boxes carries if 10 boxes carries 20 fruits. If 10 boxes carries 20 fruits, then how many fruits can be carried by 12 boxes? Got it, children? If 10 boxes carries 20 fruits, then how many fruits will be carried by will be carried by 12 boxes. Okay, 12 boxes. So now what we will do is 10 boxes carries 20 fruits. The given information is 10 boxes carries 20 fruits. So 10 boxes carries 20 fruits. Now we have to find one box carries how many fruits. So one box carries 20 by 10 fruits. 20 by 10 means 10 ones are 10 twos are. Means one box carries two fruits. Okay, one box carries two fruits. So one box carries two fruits. 12 boxes carries how many fruits? 12 boxes. 12 into 2. That means 24. So 12 boxes carries 24 fruits. See here what we did. First, with the given information, we have found out the value of one thing, right? By division. Afterwards, we have found out the value of 12 means required number of units by using multiplication. This is nothing but unitary method. Hope you all have understood, children. Thank you.